There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and heard around the world on the Voice of America, with major funding provided by Bailey and Glasser. Welcome to another Mountain Stage with your host, Larry Gross.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune. But the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning around, a simple song. Well, thank you so much. Welcome once again to Mountain Stage Live Performance Radio in the Mountain State of West Virginia. But we are not in the Mountain State today. We are in Minnesota on the banks of the beautiful Lake Superior in Grand Marais. And we're brought here by North House Folk School, as we have been for, this is our 6th show. So it's wonderful to be here, and it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. If you've never visited here, you would love it as much as we do if you come. And we have a show full of incredible songwriters. One of America's greatest songwriters is with us tonight, Mr. Tom Paxton. Be out during our next hour. And right along with him, some other songwriters who have done so well and written so many great songs. McKenna is here, and Matraca Berg is here. And John Vezner, the man who started this whole thing up here, Unplugged at North House Folk School, will be here along with Andrew Walesch, and he and Jonathan Brown are two very talented musicians and performers that John turned us on to, so you're going to get to hear them a little later on during this hour. But we're going to start out with a man who's never been with us before, but he's made, I think this is his 6th record, his new one. It's called Wide Listener, and it's a great, great CD. He's originally from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, not too far from West Virginia, and he went to law school, but then he made the right choice. He decided not to be a lawyer. He decided to be a songwriter instead, because we all know how much more money there is in that. But he's been happy that he did. That's been over a decade ago, and he's done very, very well. He's singing and writing songs for other folks. He just had a song recorded by Jason Eady and Patty Loveless, so that's a really nice thing. Now you're going to hear the man himself sing his own songs. I think the Mountain Stage Band is going to join him. Please welcome for the first time to the Mountain Stage, Drew Kennedy.
My 2 hands, board by board, over a weekend, and I trim the borders with what I sanded down from the wood left over in a quarter round. The shoes you wore when you walked across the floor for the first time aren't around anymore. They aren't around anymore. Some things are built to last. Your memory, good carpentry, the frame, the closet where you hung your clothes, made the place you wanted, where your stuff would go. And I took you with me to your favorite store and bought the thing I knew that you were dying for. The dress you wore when you walked through the door for the first time isn't around anymore. It's not around anymore. Some things are built to last. Your memory and good carpentry. The smile that you wore when you walked through the door for the first time isn't around anymore. It's not around anymore. Some things are built to last, like your memory. Good carpentry. Thanks, everybody. This is my first time here to Grand Marais, and what a beautiful spot. We, in South Texas, we haven't gotten a lot of rain in the last, decade or so. So standing right here on the banks of Lake Superior and looking out can make somebody a little jealous of what you got. Here's a song called Jackson Square. I hope you like it. There's an old man sitting on a park bench watching the world go by, with the words "I'm blessed" scribbled out by hand on a cardboard sign. People come, people go, but they don't pay him no mind. And in the morning sun, singing "I still miss someone." He met the Fords when the Vietnam War was history. Shook Jerry's hand when the marching band played "Hail to the Chief." But he couldn't shake the demons, so he drank himself to sleep. And 2 toys in Daddy's bed haven't cured him yet. Life is hard, and life ain't fair. Life goes on in Jackson Square. She paints a scene of New Orleans in the summertime, of a jazz band and a black man singing Angeline, of the young lovers at a table staring in each other's eyes, and that too for 45 is just enough to get her high. Life is hard, and life ain't fair. Life goes on in Jackson Square. when. Thank you very much. I started writing this song in Venice, Italy. And I finished writing it in Texas because I thought, I'm in Venice, why am I writing a song? I was in Italy doing a tour with another songwriter, and his longtime girlfriend had decided that she would not accompany he and my wife and I over there to spend Christmas and New Year's getting paid for it in Italy. So that effectively ended that relationship. And he put on a good face and made it through the tour. But at noon on New Year's Day in Venice, my wife and I were in this little piazza. We had split off from the rest of the group, and all the bells and all the cathedrals around the city started going off at noon. And I had gotten my phone out to record the sound because it was such a beautiful sound. And as I did it, I looked across the courtyard, and there was my friend standing about 150 yards away, hands in the pockets of his black pea coat and scarf, because you can wear that kind of stuff when you're in Italy. And he just had his head tilted back, and he was looking up, and I knew, without a doubt, exactly what was going through his head right in that moment. So this is called Venice via Postcard. The first thing that hit me New Year's Eve finally quit me. The sound, but you wanted you to call. I wanted you to call. I could show you something. Over here, they really think that I'm something. After another glass of wine, another glass of wine. The bells at noon on New Year's Day, they sound so far away from you, from you. Adrian, see the Adriatic soon. I think I've been trying to find for sake of finding. I should settle down. Adrian, I love to settle down. But the bells at noon on New Year's Day, they sound so far away from you, from you. Adrian, see the Adriatic soon. The bells at noon on New Year's Day, they sound so far away from you, from you. Adrian, see the Adriatic soon. Venice via postcard. Only get us so far. Thank you. Thank you very much. How about a hand for the Mountain Stage Band backing me up? Here's a song I wrote with a really talented singer and songwriter who you will get the pleasure of listening to in just a little while. Her name is McKenna, and we wrote this song together. Yeah. I had gone to West Texas to play a festival with some other bands, and my wife went with me. And the Saturday morning, we woke up and went to the Marfa Farmers Market. Marfa is as far away as you can pretty much get to things. And there were about 3 tables, and there was a guy there selling desert succulents. And my wife is a pretty big gardener, so we immediately went there, and she started asking him questions, and we were receiving answers that were completely unintelligible. Until, you get stuck in that position where you don't want to seem rude, so you smile and nod a lot, even though you're not getting anything that's being said. And she finally said, well, how much is that? And she pointed to this leafy green fern-looking thing. And he said, clear as day, $5. Which was the key thing for me to pick up to then pull out my wallet and give him $5, as I figured out in a second. So I did that, and he reached into a plastic shopping bag and gave me a completely dead, balled-up plant the size of my fist, and then said, thank you. And not knowing what else to do, my wife and I, holding this thing in our hand, we turned around and started walking away. And I said, we just bought a dead plant for $5. She said, I know, don't make a scene. I know, just get in the car. So we got in the car, and we drove 50 miles away to Alpine, Texas, which 50 miles away in West Texas is like driving next door, And we went into this art gallery to see our friend's work being displayed. And at some point during the trip, a styrofoam cup that had once been full of ice and Diet Coke, that had been drained of its Diet Coke and was once full of ice in the West Texas sun, eventually became just full of water. Somehow, some way, one of us knocked our dead $5 plant into that cup of water. And 2 hours after coming back out of the art gallery. Usually you don't stay that long in art galleries, but they had free wine, and I'm a folk singer. We came out of that art gallery, and our dead plant was sitting in this cup, and it was opening up and starting to turn green. And I looked at my wife, and I said, "We bought a magic plant for $5. So I tried for 6 months to write a song about this thing, which I later discovered was called a Rose of Jericho, or a resurrection plant. And these things can live in the desert for years and years and years and never touch water. And when they do, they open up and turn green. And when the water evaporates, they go back to protecting themselves and looking dormant. And they can live for 100 years. And they're just these little miraculous, weird plants. And I tried for 6 months to write this song, and I couldn't figure out how to write a song about it. And I went to Boston and met up with my friend Laurie, and I told her that story. And she said, "I think I wrote the first 2 verses of that song before you came over here today." And she did. He sits still, legs crossed at the kitchen table, only lost in his gin and tonic and the smell of afternoon cigarettes. She's mastering the way she dances, in between sideways glances, words have become vivid colors. She let them slip off of her lips. Generations handed down to blame the pain on times they live in, a modern version of his father now, wasting all the chances of life forgiven. But in her way she's done one better. Coats are made for winter weather. The neighbor kids play in the street, and the sun creeps down behind the backyard trees. There's a cross on the side of the road, reflecting itself in a car window. And where does love really go? Maybe no one knows, no one knows. Somewhere stuck inside, but it's too proud to die. Rose of Jericho. Falling into old routines that history deems worth repeating, prayers that seem to say themselves, self-help books on dusty shelves. If everything was temporary, why should they care how it shines? The simple truth it looks deceiving are the blessings in disguise. And there's a picture they took long ago in a white dress and black tuxedo. Where does love really go? Maybe no one knows, maybe no one knows. Somewhere stuck inside, but it's too proud to die. Rose of Jericho. Rose of Jericho sits on a shelf, waiting to be watered by somebody else. And it can't love you without a little help. to love itself. Moonlight reaches bedroom windows from high above the house below. You can't always count on rain to water what you need to grow. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Drew Kennedy lives down in New Braunfels, Texas now. Mr. Drew Kennedy, the new CD is called Wide Listener. Drew Kennedy. Well, it's time to let the Mountain Stage Band stay up here. They were playing along with Drew. They are Ron Soule, the leader, on acoustic guitar. And Bob Thompson is on the piano. Ahmed Solomon is our drummer. Steve Hill plays the bass. Ryan Kennedy is one of our lead guitar players. And Michael Lipton is the other lead guitar player. And they're going to join up with Julie Adams now to do a nice little tasty tune by Dan Hicks. Remember Dan Hicks, called Let It Simmer. Say hello to Julie Adams.
Hey, you got a second? Can I pull your coat? I think I hit upon an antidote. When trouble's brewing and it don't look good, just do like I do. I think you should. I think you should. Let it simmer, cook it slow, cool your heels, let it go. Don't get hot, why be a fool? That's the thought, don't lose your cool. Let it settle, you're the boss. Take your time and nothing's lost. Say a girl is shimmying like your sister Kate. She's out there dancing, your date looks great. And all the studs there, yeah, they think so too. They're making passes, what do you do? Let it simmer, ease it on. Turn on your dimmer, ain't nothing wrong. Count to 10, then count again. Whatever's wrong is on the mend. Take it easy, take it slow. Turn the heat down, turn it low. Now you got lots of money, and then you ain't. Where does it go is the chief complaint. It'll always come back, so don't despair. Don't pop a vessel, don't pull your hair. Let it simmer, heat's on low. Cool your jets, let it go. Don't turn red, that's my advice. Don't lose your head, it's worth the price. Let it mellow, take your time. Let it simmer, simmering's fine. do. And there's my thoughts on a tough issue. It ain't so bad if you take my tip. Just let it coast for a smoother trip. Let it simmer, cook it slow. No use boiling, just let it go. Don't get hot, it's a simple rule. Just cool off, lie by the pool. Take it easy, it's alright. Just for today and for tonight. Keep it mellow, keep it light.
Julie Adams, the Mountain Stage Band, little Dan Hicks song right there, Let It Simmer. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, handling complex trials and appeals for both plaintiffs and defendants. Offices in West Virginia, Alabama, Illinois, and D.C., and newest office in Boston. More information at baileyglasser.com. Additional support provided by Chesapeake Energy, drilling for natural gas and oil to secure America's energy future, and by the Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitor Bureau. For a full listing of events and all things Charlie West, log on to charlestonwv.com. Hip, historic, almost heaven, Charleston, West Virginia. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. For more information about Mountain Stage, including how to buy tickets to the shows, whether we are at home or whether we are on the road in a beautiful spot like Grand Marais, Minnesota, you can go to mountainstage.org and buy your tickets right there. You can also find our schedule. We'd love to have you in our audience when we're recording the show. I told you at the beginning we have a lot of great songwriters. You've already heard Drew Kennedy, and we're just going to go from strength to strength here. Our next guest is a woman who's been with us a few times before. She's also a member of the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame, one of the youngest inductees to that. Let me just give you a very brief and quick rundown of some of the people that have recorded Matraca Berg songs. The Dixie Chicks, Patty Loveless, Tricia Yearwood, Linda Ronstadt, Dusty Springfield, Reba McEntire, Amy Lou Harris, and Rodney Crowell just did one of her tunes on their latest CD. My guess is if you heard any country music at all, you probably heard one of her tunes, but nobody sings them better than she does herself. And she's brought along as a bonus here her accompanist. She's going to sing along and play along. You might even recognize him. He's her husband, of course, Jeff Hanna. He's also a member of a group called the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. A founding member of that group, and we may well get a little bonus here during the set. So please welcome, if you would, right now, Matraca Berg.
Thank you. Well, baby, here I am again, kicking dust in the canyon wind, waiting for that sun to go down. I made it up Mulholland Drive, hell-bent on getting high, high above the lights of town. You and tequila made me crazy. You run like poison in my blood. And one more night might kill me, baby. One is one too many. One more is never enough. 30 days and 30 nights, putting up a real good fight. There were times I thought you'd win. It's so easy to forget the bitter taste the morning left. Swore I wouldn't go back there again. No, you and tequila make me crazy. You run like poison in my blood. And one more night might kill me, baby. One is one too many. One more is never enough. When it comes to you, oh, the damage I could do. It's always your favorite sins that do you in, that do you in. You and tequila make me crazy. You run like poison in my blood. And one more night might kill me, baby. One is one too many. One more is never enough. Thank you.
That's Michael Lipton on the guitar, too. How about that? It's so great to be up here. We've been here for a couple of days, y'all. I don't know if you guys are from here. So you don't need to be told how lucky you are already. But it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Well, I have people here too. There are a lot of Bergs in Minnesota and in Wisconsin as well. My dad left the farm in Wisconsin and went to grad school at Vanderbilt in Nashville, and my mom was a backup singer down there, a hillbilly girl. They met, and I was born in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm one of the few people I know that actually do what I do that was born there. They have like a tour bus that comes by, and there's one of them. And there's a river in Nashville called the Cumberland River, and you probably heard about it when we had the great 100-year flood. And the headwaters come from where my mother comes from, Harlan County, Kentucky. I didn't know this until after I'd written this song. Fire on the asphalt, LA freeway, Santa Ana windstorm, come blow me away. 'Cause this rearview mirror could use some adjustment, some other reflection, some other place. Oh, Cumberland, I'm your faithful son. No matter where I run, I hear you calling me. The Mississippi's wide and long, from St. Paul to New Orleans, but my heart's resting on your banks in Tennessee. Lazy old river, not a lick of ambition. You get to Kentucky and then you roll back home. And if you were a highway, oh, you wouldn't go nowhere, and I wouldn't be lost out here all alone. Oh, Cumberland, I'm your faithful son. No matter where I run, I hear you calling me. The Mississippi's wide and long, St. Paul to New Orleans, but my heart's resting on your banks in Tennessee.
Soul on harmonica.
There's a stolen river in the San Fernando, down in the valley, in the shadow of greed. But I have a memory knee-deep in salvation, that old muddy water that once washed me clean. Oh, Cumberland, I'm your faithful son. No matter where I run, I hear you calling me. The Mississippi's wide and long, St. Paul to New Orleans, but my heart's resting on your banks in Tennessee. Oh, Cumberland, ooh, ooh. Oh, Cumberland. Thank you. Thank you so much. I had the opportunity to sing that song with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band on the Will the Circle Being Broken 3. And Emmylou Harris sang it with us as well, and I was even more nervous than I am now sitting here in front of you guys. I sang along with this fella for years before I even met him, and then I married him, and it's still surreal to me sometimes. Every now and then I look at him, I'm like, you're that guy, wow. Where's the mustache? I was happy about that, actually. You know, the old toothbrush up the nose thing, it's not I had a conversation with his mother, his dear mother, who I miss a lot, and my grandmother, who is 98, and yeah. This was years ago. I had this conversation with both of them in within a few weeks of each other, and it was about aging, and I recorded this, and I sang it on the CMA Awards, and I thought that would be the end of that, and then Emmylou Harris and Rodney Crowell recorded it, and I pinch myself every day, and Emmy's producer wanted me to come over and play it with her just so she could kind of get into the song, get comfortable with it, and when she started singing the chorus, I started crying, and she stopped, and she said, "This song makes me cry too." And she had no idea why I was crying. But anyway. I usually play this on the piano, but I'm just a little rusty on piano right now, so you have to bear with me. I guess you had to be there, she said, you had to be. She handed me a yellow photograph and then said, see, this was my greatest love, my one and only love, and this is me. Back when we were beautiful. See, I don't feel very different, she said. I know it's strange. I guess I've gotten used to these little aches and pains, but I still love to dance. You know we used to dance the night away. Back when we were beautiful, beautiful, yeah. I hate it when they say I'm aging gracefully. I fight it every day. I guess they never see I don't like this at all. What's happening to me? that I really love my grandkids. She said they're sweet to hold. They would have loved their grandpa, those awful jokes he told. You know, sometimes for a laugh, the two of us would act like we were old. Back when we were beautiful, beautiful, yeah. But I guess you had to be there. Thank you. Thank you. Well, like I said, my dad is from northern Wisconsin. I guess the closest town is called Luck, Wisconsin.
You're
And
in luck.
Dad said something about someone came there years ago and said, "Do you have beer?" And they said, "You're in luck." Good times. Anyway, I have two aunts that are close to my age. Grandma Inga Berg kept going, and my Aunt Kathy's a couple of years older than me. My Aunt Kelly's about 8 months younger than me, I think. So it was a great fun coming up to my grandparents' place because I had playmates, and we did the kickball and the hayloft thing and the whole baling hay and all that, milking the cows and all that fun stuff. And then we got older, and boys came into the picture, and we started doing other things in the summers in Wisconsin.
You're in luck.
So true.
We're here all week.
Oh, well, I fell in love for the first time in my life with a boy from Luck. And I got a good song out of it. He was working through college on my grandpa's farm. I was thirsting for knowledge, and he had a car. Yeah, I was caught somewhere between a woman and a child. When one restless summer we found love growing wild on the banks of the river on a well-beaten path. It's funny how those memories, they last like strawberry wine. I'm 17, the hot July moon saw everything. First taste of love, oh, bittersweet, Yes, I still remember when 40 was old, and my biggest fear was September, when he had to go. A few cards and letters and one long-distance call. We drifted away like the leaves in fall. But year after year I come back to this place just to remember the taste of strawberry wine. 17, the hot July moon, saw everything. First taste of love, oh, bittersweet, green on the vine, like strawberry wine. The fields have grown over now, years since they've seen the plow. There's nothing time hasn't touched. Is it really him or the loss of my innocence? I've been missing so much, yeah. Strawberry wine, 17, the hot July moon, saw everything, my first taste of love, oh, bittersweet, green on the vine, like strawberry wine. Strawberry. Thank you so much.
She wouldn't tell you that that was the CMA Song of the Year, by the way.
Well, I'm a little embarrassed up here sitting next to a legend, so I'm
You
gonna.
are a legend, Ron. I tell you.
In my own mind, yeah.
So I asked Jeff to play a song for us. He was up here for vacation, but I'm making him work. So we've sure have loved this beautiful. I don't know if I've been this far north. No, we did go to Norway, didn't we?
We went to Norway.
So yeah, okay.
That's up north too.
But
it's a lot like Minnesota.
Mr. Jeff Hanna.
Hey, how you doing? I'm going to sing this song, and I'm really grateful for this tune. Our friend Jerry Jeff Walker wrote it. He's an amazing songwriter. But more importantly, if I don't sing this song, Matraca always insists that I sing this song.
He's not in luck.
And
He doesn't sing this song.
that's it. And I don't want to get in that car and drive up that road by myself tonight to the condo. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. Worn out shoes, Silver, sorry, I gotta stop.
Okay. There's a joke. The second line in Bojangles is "Thank you." So we'll start over.
Sorry. I won't do it this time. I won't, okay. Silver hair and ragged shirt and baggy pants. He did the old soft shoe. He jumped so high, and then he lightly touched down. I met him in a cell in New Orleans. I was down and out. He looked to me to be the eyes of age. As he spoke right out, he talked of life. He talked of life. He laughed, clicked his heels, and stepped. When he said his name, Bojangles, and he danced a lick across the cell. Grabbed his pants and spread his stance, so he jumped so high. And then he clicked his heels. He let go a laugh. He let go a laugh. Shook back his clothes all around. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, won't you dance? He danced for those in minstrel shows and county fairs. Yeah. Throughout the South. And he spoke the tears of 15 years, how his dog and him. They traveled about with a dog up and died, up and died. After 20 years, he still grieves. He said a dance now at every chance in honky-tonk for drinks and tips. But most of the time I spend behind these county bars, 'cause I drinks a bit. He shook his head, and as he shook his head, I heard someone ask him, please. Let's hear y'all sing it this time. Come on. You know the words. Mr. Bojangles. I'll do that. Mr. Bojangles. One more time. Mr. Bojangles. Won't you dance? I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. Ron Soul. Matraca, Berg.
Thank you.
Jeff Hanna, Matraca, Berg. Matraca's latest CD is The Dreaming Fields. And of course, Jeff is a member of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, as you know. Classic tune. A little extra we got tonight. Well, that was a nice bonus, wasn't it? Matraca's latest CD is The Dreaming Fields, and she also is a part of a theater production called Good Old Girls, written by Lee Smith. They go out and Matraca and Marshall Chapman sing, and Lee and others read, so that's something you might want to look out for too. If you missed something on this edition of Mountain Stage, you can always go to our website, mountainstage.org. We put the shows there after they are on the radio, and you can listen to them, stream them. You can also podcast them. Or you could subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. And those shows online most often include songs that we can't fit onto the radio version because it's only 2 hours, but our live shows are much longer than that sometimes. Our next guests, and there actually are two of them, were introduced to us by John Vezner, who is associated here. You know, we're at North House Folk School here in Grand Marais. They're the ones that bring Mountain Stage up here. And about 12 years ago, John Vezner started a little thing he called Unplugged. He brought singer-songwriters up to do theater in the round, little songwriters in the round. He asked us to join 3 years ago, and Greg Wright and the other folks from North House said they'd like to help us do that, so we've been coming up now for 3 years. And John, this year, said he had a couple of guys who he had kind of come across, he thought were big talents, and we agreed with him. So they're going to join together. One of them's going to start out with our band, then call the other one up. The man over there on the piano right now is named Andrew Walesch, and he's from the Twin Cities area. Mountain Stage, every now and then, we don't do it very often, but we like to dip into the American songbook. And we've had people on the show like John Pizzarelli, great kind of classic jazz singers. And I think Andrew falls into that category. In just a moment, he's going to bring out a really great guitar player named Jonathan Brown. But right now, a man who just actually got through performing with the St. Cloud Symphony. He arranges his own tunes, and so he just came from there to here. And, you know, I don't know if this compares very well, but we do what we can. He'll fill in the rest of the notes. Please welcome for the first time to the Mountain Stage, Andrew Walesch.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Well, as you can imagine, this is an absolute dream for a performer of my age to be playing with the Mountain Stage Band and to be here tonight. So I thank everybody that was involved in having me. We're going to start with a tune here by John Vezner. I'm lucky to be working with John. John's producing an album right now. We're working on it down in Nashville. And this first song is, he wrote it with Amy Speece. Some of you may know Amy. And he sent it to me via email and said, you know, you might dig this tune. Check it out. So I listened to it and I liked it. But I had a whole different feel than he had on the demo. And I had this kind of funky groove thing. So I went to my studio and worked it up, sent it to John, and about 5 minutes later, I got a text from him that said, "What is that?" Exclamation, question mark, exclamation. And I said, well, let's try something else. He called me 5 minutes later and said, that's going on the album. That's awesome. And I said, okay, great. Totally opposite from what I originally thought. So anyway, hope you enjoy this. This is called Speed of Love. Yeah. The sun comes up over our heads. You giving me a push out of our bed. Someone's gotta move the car to the west side. Yeah. It's a Monday morning, it's almost 8. The traffic cop is never late. She puts the wiper on her ticket like a paperweight. And we can pass just like a shot. The coffee's down to the bottom of the pot. as we sit sipping on the last couple drops. Hey, now here's an idea. Let's pull the shades, turn out the lights, pretend today is still last night, while the world outside just races by the way it always does. Take it slow, take it easy. We don't have to rush, believe me. We'll get there soon enough at the speed of love. We can spend the morning like every other day, stuck in traffic on the interstate. Come on, babe, what do you say? 'Cause really, honey, where's the harm in just a couple taps on the snooze alarm, just passing time in each other's arms? Pull off the covers and stay in bed, cuddled up like a couple of newlyweds. I kinda like that idea instead. Hey, now what do you think? Let's pull the shades, turn out the lights, pretend today is still last night, while the world outside just races by the way it always does. Take it slow, take it easy. We don't have to rush, believe me. We'll get there soon enough at the speed of love. Last night, while the world outside just races by the way it always does. Take it slow, take it easy. We don't have to rush, believe me. We'll get there soon enough at the speed of love. Thank you. John Vezner and Amy Speece. Thank you very much. We're going to do a couple songs here. I'm going to do one with the band, and then I'm going to bring up the guitarist that you heard about earlier. Both of these songs are about fall, and I know it's a little early to be singing about fall, but most Minnesotans, including myself, actually, I think, like fall a little bit. And I think as a Minnesotan, you either like fall and the cooler temperatures, or you live a pretty miserable life here. So anyway, this is a tune by John Vezner and a friend of his, Carson Whitsett, who passed away a couple years back and was just a phenomenal talent, great songwriter, great musician. This is called October Song. The leaves are falling, silhouetted by the sunset, brushed across a cold October sky. The geese are calling, and it's really anyone's guess how long before the snowflakes fly. And when I'll be over you, there's just no way to say when. 'Cause as it is, I still miss you so. But I'll keep praying and waiting for that day when I can finally let you go. And when at last I drift asleep, those dreams of you come back to keep me wishing you were lying in my arms. Those memories of when we made love are just so hard to let go of. Who am I supposed to be when there's so much of you in me? Still every morning I keep searching for that sunrise that lets me know this heartache's disappear. But every evening all I can see is your eyes, reminding me that you're not here. Now the leaves are falling and the wind is growing colder. The ground will soon be painted white with snow. And still I wonder while bidding farewell to October when I can finally let you go. When I can finally let you go. Thank you. And one more thing before I go. One more hand for that great Mountain Stage Band, folks. Such a pleasure. Thank you. Give a hand for Mr. Jonathan Brown here.
This is a tune off called Ridgetop, off a new record that I put out, instrumental tune. Jeff does some real nice cello work on it.
Andrew Walesch, first of all, and then on the piano and vocals, and Jonathan Brown there on the guitar, Jeff Gilkinson on the cello. I'd like to say thanks to North House Folk School and Greg Wright for bringing Mountain Stage here to the banks of Lake Superior, Grand Marais, Minnesota. And I'd like to say a special hello to you if you're listening right now over KMSU, Mankato, Minnesota, or WTIP, Grand Marais, Minnesota. And I hope you'll be listening again next week for the Mountain Stage 800th show featuring Ani DeFranco, Dave Mason, Dawes, and Red Barat. You're listening to Mountain Stage live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Radio. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. Oh, thank you so much. Welcome to the second hour of this Mountain Stage from Grand Marais, Minnesota. And during this hour, we're going to be hearing from one of America's great songwriters, Mr. Tom Paxton. But we're going to begin the hour with the beautiful woman you see up here on stage. Her name is Laurie McKenna. She lives in the Boston area, but she often travels to Nashville to write. You already heard earlier she co-wrote some tunes with Drew Kennedy recently. And she's got a really beautiful new record that's out there right now called Massachusetts. And fortunately for us, and for her, I would say, the man who produced it is here playing along with her, Mr. Mark Aureli, who is a fine singer and songwriter himself, but he's going to be playing guitar with Laurie. Laurie has a very interesting story and history. She's a very successful songwriter and has had many hit songs in the country music, especially with Faith Hill, but she didn't even start writing songs until her late 20s after she'd already had 3 children. And since then, she's had 2 more. You don't find many songwriters that have a big family like that. It's a hard work. You know how hard work it is being a person, a mother, and raising 5 kids, but it's awfully hard work writing songs, too. So my hat is off to Laurie, and you're going to hear how good her songs are right now. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Laurie McKenna.
Thank you so much. I paid for my room, and I tried to forget it. It killed me, I knew the memory, if I let it. Hearts don't fly, but they can run like hell when they have to. Didn't leave you a note, I didn't leave you a photo, didn't leave you a chance, but I left you. I guess you know you're wondering now how long it take before I start missing you. 'Cause you ain't worth the time. You ain't worth the pain. You ain't worth spit in my mouth and I scream out your name. You tears are crying. It's all that you gave me, not one more thing, not even a baby. We were close one time, but I guess God is smarter than I am. You broke every promise, you broke every whisper, you broke every vow. The moment you kissed her and you never thought twice, you never gave it down. 'Cause you ain't worth the time, you ain't worth the pain, you ain't worth spit in my mouth when I scream out your name. You ain't worth the life they hand out in a town this small. You ain't worth the sound of the TV coming from the room down the hall. On my waiting song, all of the songs gathered from tears carefully collected from journals and prayers. It'll take you a month of Sundays to lift with a spoon to pour on. 'Cause you ain't worth the time, you ain't worth the pain, you ain't worth spit in my mouth when I scream out your name. You ain't worth the cost to repair the hole in the kitchen drywall. You ain't worth good advice written on a dirty bathroom stall. On my waiting song, my waiting song. I paid for my room and I tried to forget it. It killed me, I knew the memory. If I let it, hearts don't fly, but they can run like hell when they have to. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here tonight. I don't want you to take that song personally in any way, shape, or form. I just had to get it off my system. As a songwriter, we wake up with weird ideas sometimes, and one day I woke up with the idea that I should write a song named after a pantry staple, and it wasn't going to be sugar, so it had to be salt. And then I had to invent a story about it, and I promise it's not about me or my husband or anybody that I even know. It's just completely made up. Just so you know, don't hold it against me right now. We've had such a wonderful night already, just standing there watching everybody already this evening. And these are the moments that, as musicians, we all live for. And we drive and fly and get in boats, whatever we have to do to get to moments just like this, so we can stand right there and watch our friends be on the stage to sing our little songs for you guys. So thank you for this opportunity, first and foremost. I appreciate it. So Salt is not my story. This one's more my story. It's called How Romantic Is That? Forget about Paris or the Pacific Ocean. The honeymoon lasted 24 hours and was a town away. Then it was you and me in that little apartment 8 months before the baby. blessings come in disguise. Oh, but yours and mine came with curly hair and blue eyes. One looks like your mother, and one like my dad. Can't give them everything, but we're not doing so bad. And you still want me, you still love me, you still lie there every night beside me. Every time you walk away from me, you come running back. How romantic is that? I might meet you at the door with someone's math homework, or you'll work a double shift so we can get some bills paid. When you get home tonight, there'll be someone else sleeping beside me. Whether you are my sunshine in a sweet serenade, and you still want me, you still love me, you still lie there every night beside me. Every time you walk away from me, you come running back. How romantic is that? How romantic is that? Left a Hallmark card that morning on my bureau. You didn't know what to write, so you just signed your name. And that boy that I loved may not have been my hero, but the same is not true of the man he became. Forget about Paris or even Niagara Falls. We're lucky to steal a few hours alone when we can. But I won't regret anything at all if the only world that we see is out of the window of our minivan. 'Cause I still want you, I still love you, I still lie there every night beside you. Every time I walk away from you, I come running back. How romantic is that? How romantic is that? How romantic. You still want me, you still love me, you still lie there every night beside me. You still want me, you still love me, you still lie there every night, every night, every night. How romantic is that? How romantic, romantic is that? Thank you so much. So I just have a couple of programming notes that I want to dedicate the next 20 minutes to or so. I'm kidding. Drew Kennedy, amazing fellow, came and wrote songs in my basement one day, a couple days recently, and I was lucky enough to get a couple songs on his brilliant new record, and Rose of Jericho is one of those songs that we wrote. And we were so proud of ourselves over that song that, of course, I became interested in what this actual Rose of Jericho was. And Drew was so sweet, he ordered me one and sent it to me in the mail. And so one day, I too got a dead plant in the mail. And I was so excited about it. And I was like, this is that thing that we wrote that song about. Oh my God. And my husband's a plumber, and so we took pictures of it and put it on Instagram, and everything was this like really dead looking thing. And I put it in water, just as I was told to. No Diet Coke. I didn't know Diet Coke was in the picture. You didn't tell me that part. Total cheating, but I just put it in water, and it did start to bloom. And then we went through the daily picture of the Rose of Jericho that Drew Kennedy sent, and it's so cool. And it was in the kitchen, and it got bigger. And then it reached a point where it just stopped sort of being happy, and then it's sort of shriveling back a little. So I changed the water and called Drew, and didn't know really what to do. And still, he never told me anything about Diet Coke. But I basically killed the damn thing, is what I did. And then, just having him up here tell you that it can live for hundreds of years in the desert and then resurrect itself is just a little bit of a turn of the knife for me over there, knowing that I have killed it. I have killed it is what I have done. Then I decided that there was too much salt in my water, and then I started using spring water on the thing. I basically pay more attention to this plant than I do my children, and it still doesn't look very good, just so you know. I just had to throw that in there. Don't leave me, that's all I hear you say. Somehow that keeps me from all the plans that I've made. You promised to sparkle, I tell myself not to believe the things that I want lose out to the one that I need. But time does not waste itself. A dream cannot wake itself. The truth cannot disgrace itself. An unwritten prayer cannot save a lost soul. Arms cannot embrace themselves. A heart cannot break itself. And I cannot shake myself from you. We both know there's only so much a person can say. Only so far you can reach, only so long you can carry that weight. So some of us learn how to leave it when we know we can't fix. So we walk tall and act proud and pretend that it's better than it is. Time does not waste itself. A dream cannot wake itself. The truth cannot disgrace itself. An unwritten prayer cannot save a lost soul. Arms cannot embrace themselves. A heart cannot break itself. shake myself from Time does not waste itself. A dream cannot wake itself. The truth cannot disgrace itself. An unwritten prayer cannot save a lost soul. Arms cannot embrace themselves. A heart cannot break itself. And I cannot shake myself from you. Well, don't leave me, that's all I hear myself say. As you persuade me to throw the rest of my life away. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. You're so nice. Thank you. So, like I said, it's just been a pleasure. This whole day has been a pleasure, and I just want to play this song for you. It's a love song for my town, which is Stoughton, Massachusetts. We're about 20 miles south of Boston. It's where I get my southern twang. Because the Stoughton accent is a very specific, as Mark Aureli over here will tell you. It's a very specific thing. So when I started to travel in Nashville to write songs with people, I discovered that I really loved the Southern accent, mostly because they pronounced their R's, and I sort of developed one of my own. This is my pal Mark Aureli right over here. Everywhere I bring Mark Aureli, somebody says, "Oh my God, Mark Aureli's with you." I'm like, "I know, he sat next to me on the plane the whole time." I know, that's why he's here. So we're gonna leave you with this song. It's a love song, like I said, to my hometown, Stoughton, Massachusetts, where I still live. I went to elementary school at the same elementary schools that my husband went to and my kids all go to. And one day I was driving my minivan in my yoga pants at 7:30 in the morning to the high school. We timed our kids out very carefully. We have 5 children. And one magical year, we had one in college, one in high school, one in middle school, one in elementary school, one in preschool. And there's really like a gap. It's really like we have 3 kids, and then we thought we were done, and then we had 2 more. And we call those 2 more the backup babies, because we're never going to be alone, because by the time they're old enough to get out of the house, we will have grandchildren. So it's all cool. We'll never have to really look at each other and have one of those moments where, like, who are you again? You know? Well, we're so brilliant. We planned it out that way. But one day I got a bunch of the kids in the car, and I'm driving the high schoolers to high school at 7:30 in the morning. I'm in my yoga pants because that looks like I've either been to the gym or I'm going to the gym. Right? Brilliant plan right there. And I stop at a light at the center of town in front of the town hall. And it's a 5-minute light. It's 4 minutes and 28 seconds. I timed it one day because I sit in this light sometimes 4 or 5 times a day. And the first half of this song popped in my head, so I had to record it. It's called By This Town. And as I said, it's a little love song to my town. I hope it can be a love song to your town, your beautiful town here. We don't have quite the views that you guys have, but thank you so much for listening to us today. If I could buy this town, I'd keep it small and rough for third shift dreamers in high school love. I'd keep the Church of Christ and the bowling alley open, where the Bud Light signs crackle while they're glowing. If I could buy this town, if I could buy one night, I wouldn't buy the one you'd think. I'd buy my one where my eyes steered up by the light above the kitchen sink, and you held me tight, and you begged me not to cry. If I could buy the sweetness of one kiss, that's the one I'd buy. If I could buy one night, all the money in the world couldn't buy a drop of real love, could it? And I really should, now should it? If I could buy the stars, I'd polish them so bright. If I could buy your pain, first I'd buy the great big sea, and I'd put that pain inside a box and bury it so deep. If I could buy you back the years you worked yourself to death, I would buy and waste your suffering until there wasn't any left. If I could buy your pain, all the money in the world couldn't buy a drop of real love, could it? And it really should, now should it? 'Cause I'd gladly give you every piece of my whole heart. If I could buy this town, I'd keep the Friday night bleachers full of kids falling in love and unlikely believers, and the firefighters are there 'cause they're kids in the game, and we don't win too often, but that ain't why we came. If I could buy this town, thank you all.
Ms. Lori McKenna, Massachusetts is the name of that new CD. It's really, really a beautiful collection of songs, her songs. Massachusetts is the name of her latest, and it's a wonderful record. Mark produced it. He also played a lot of the stringed instruments on it. It's great to see Lori again. All night long, I've talked about being up here at Grand Marais at the North House Folk School. This place is a wonderful school if you're interested in traditional crafts, especially Scandinavian traditional crafts and Native American from this part of the world. And they go year-round, and you should check it out if you're interested in those kind of things, because they've been going now for a lot of years and doing great work. But one man who was one of Nashville's finest songwriters and I've mentioned him before this evening. He got together with Northhouse because he is from Minnesota, and he was up here vacationing, and it just worked out that he started bringing Nashville songwriters up here to do a thing that they called Unplugged, and that's how we got involved. And now it's time to let him do a tune, and also his good friend and accompanist, Jeff Gilkinson, who's just made his own first CD. John's made many CDs and certainly helped other people make many great CDs by all the great songs he has written. So let me welcome right now John Vezner with Jeff Gilkinson.
Thank you. Thanks, Larry.
Well, it's great to be here. I spent a month up here this summer, and I was so happy because summer fell on a Saturday, and it was great. Man, it just. You all right?
Yeah, we're ready.
Well, this is Jeff Gilkinson, and he's my sidekick, and I met Jeff in Asheville, North Carolina, and I found out he lived in Nashville, and he was from Minnesota. So it takes the time it takes, and Jeff has played with everybody from Art Garfunkel to Mason Williams to Tom T. Hall, and he was a member of the Dillards for almost 10 years. And so a couple years ago, I was at I teach some songwriting workshops, and I did it at a place called the Swananoa Gathering in Asheville, North Carolina. And after it was over, I was sitting and talking to a wonderful Irish or American-born Irish singer named Kathy Ryan, and maybe some of you remember her. She was on the first Unplugged show that we had up here. Wonderful. And we were talking. She was talking about Ireland, and I was talking about Minnesota and how we longed for the places where we're from, or she's sort of from. And so I thought, man, I got to write a song about it. So I went and wrote a song about Ireland. And it starts with a little instrumental piece I wrote that I arranged for strings, but we don't have all the strings. But Jeff does a wonderful job, or at least we hope he will.
We're back to that again.
Hey, we're not great, but we're definitely the best in our price range. So, yeah.
You do a lot of benefits.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do feed us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Get us here. Getting back is another matter altogether.
Okay, you ready?
There's a river of light on the lake tonight. The moon is full and clear. I picture that place and my heart starts to ache, wondering why am I not there? Yet here I am in this distant land, light years from that shore, like some wayward ship on an ill-fated trip that's drifted way off course. I have searched these isles over, from Aberdeen to Dover, but nowhere fills me up or lifts me higher than the place I found true freedom, the nearest thing to Eden, where the land and sea meet perfectly in Ireland. I've covered the map from hell to heaven and back. For so long I can't tell. Down endless dead ends and starting over again, till I've begun to doubt myself. Yet all these places, nameless towns without faces, that left me so half-hearted. Could it be all along they're just God's stepping stones, leading back to where I started? For I have searched this world over, from Bethlehem to Boulder, but nowhere fills me up or lifts me higher than the place I found true freedom, nearest thing to Eden, where the land and sea meet perfectly in Ireland, where the land and sea meet perfectly in Ireland. Thank you. Thank you. Julie Adams. Thanks. Well, we just finished a record on Jeff, and it's out there. In fact, it just got here today. Jeff is a wonderful songwriter in his own right, and I'm so proud of this record, and it's just I think it's just an amazing piece of work, and feel very blessed to be involved in it. And Jeff Gilkinson and Jonathan Brown and these guys.
I started writing songs because I worked with wonderful writers who were players. And writers who are players are very unusual. And you get more than one of them in a room and you got an incredible band. I never really planned on pitching songs or being a commercial writer. My only goal was to try and bring something to the table with these people. And having worked with wonderful writers, and this is, I'm 69 years old, and this is a magic time for me because I am, after this 50 years of working with people, I'm working with the finest writer I've ever worked with. And he is...
Oh, geez.
Yeah, right, okay. Wow. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how much that cost. But this is my effort to keep up with John. I don't know, I'm going to leave You'll see. We are living in black and white. We can't even see those shades of gray. With all the colors of the rainbow. When all the colors of the rainbow fall into a shadow. Saints and sinners live on a line apart, a line drawn in blood and sorrow. When all the colors of the rainbow, when all the colors of the rainbow fall into a shadow. I can see you standing there, holding out your light. I can hear you calling me in the terror of the night. Living in black and white. Gold, green, blue, red, and white, waving in the dawn's early morning light. When all the colors of the rainbow, when all the colors of the rainbow fall into a shadow. You're living in black and white, standing in the dawn's early morning light. When all the colors of the rainbow, when all the colors of the rainbow fall into a shadow.
Gilkinson.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming out.
His tunes, playing the cello and singing. John Vezner on the piano, and he also did a beautiful tune. John's latest CD is Cats of the Coliseum, and as John said, Jeff has a brand new CD there called Hymn to the Road, his first solo album after many years of playing in many bands and accompanying many folks. We were listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, handling complex trials and appeals for both plaintiffs and defendants. Offices in West Virginia, Alabama, Illinois, and D.C., and newest office in Boston. More information at baileyglasser.com. Additional support provided by Chesapeake Energy, drilling for natural gas and oil to secure America's energy future, and by the Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitor Bureau. For a full listing of events and all things Charlie West, log on to charlestonwv.com. Hip, historic, almost heaven, Charleston, West Virginia. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. If you'd like to write us here at Mountain Stage, our address is larry@mountainstage.org. You can also, of course, connect with us on Facebook, follow our Tumblr, and you can watch guest artist interviews on our YouTube channel. Find all the links at mountainstage.org. Another way you can hear Mountain Stage online is at NPR Music. That address is npr.org/mountainstage. Well, we've had quite a night of music so far, and now we're going to have the jewel in the crown. One of America's great songwriters. If you ever mention the word singer-songwriter and you're starting to list them, his name better be one of the first few out of your mouth, or you don't know what you're talking about. And his songs, many of them, have actually now kind of gone into the American psyche, I think. Thank God he still gets the checks for them. But I think everybody knows them. They sing them around the campfires all over America. They sing them. They're absolutely part of our culture. He's written so many songs over the years, started in Greenwich Village back in 1960, and he's been for 5 decades making wonderful music. We're so glad he's joined us again. His latest recording is Comedians and Angels. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Mr. Tom Paxton.
Back in the Garden of Eden, that never needed weed, Adam made himself a new straw hat. For all that he was wearing, Eve just sat there staring, saying, Adam, you can't go out dressed like that. And that did blam to blam, that's when all the fun began. That's the day when all the men and women went to war. Now the battle of the sexes runs from Babylon to Texas, and they'll fight, fight, fight forevermore. Antony, that mighty Roman, Cleopatra's hair was combing. She knew he was no mental acrobat. He was a great romancer, but he never should have answered when she asked him, does this dress make me look fat? And that did blam to blam, that's when all the fun began. That's the day when all the men and women went to war. Now the battle of the sexes runs from Babylon to Texas, and they'll fight, fight, fight forevermore. Delilah said to Samson, you're so tall and dark and handsome, my heart beats like it's never gonna stop. You are so hurly-burly, your hair so long and curly, I just think I'll take a little off the top. George Washington and Martha sat before a glowing hearth, another soft Virginia evening drifting by. But as the room grew colder, she asked him if she looked older, and he said, my dear, I cannot tell a lie. And that did it, blam to blam, that's when all the fun began. That's the day when all the men and women went to war. Now the battle of the sexes runs from Babylon to Texas, and they'll fight, fight, fight forevermore. Oh, the battle of the sexes runs from Babylon to Texas, and they'll fight, fight, fight forevermore.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh boy, what a pleasure being here. Just like everyone else, I want to say how gorgeous it is up here, but I promise to keep it a secret if that's what you prefer. And I've had a fantastic time tonight listening to the music just as you have. I think the talent here has been unbelievable, a greatest collection. the greatest collection of talent, with the possible exception of when Janice Ian takes the stage by herself. About a year ago, I did the Clearwater Folk Festival on the left bank of the Hudson River. It's part of the Great Clearwater Sloop Project, and the Pete Seeger sponsored and all that. So of course it's on the left bank of the Hudson, but right down by the water, it's one of the stages, and it occurred to me before singing this next song to point out to everybody the beautiful, rolling, heavily wooded hills on the right bank, the west bank of the Hudson. They're just gorgeous. You could look at them forever. And how happy we should all be that no one had ever discovered coal in those hills, because they'd be gone. I despise this practice of mountaintop mining. They used to call it strip mining, which I think is a little more to the point. They go up there with earth-moving machines that would fill this room and tear it all apart till they have the coal, and then off they go to the next one. I just hate it, and I'm sure some of you do too. There goes the mountain, father of fir trees, home for the grizzlies under its snow, shorn of its timber, torn by the monsters, taken by truckload to the valley below. There goes the mountain, the avalanche maker, heaven's caretaker, breeder of streams. There goes the mountain, maker of thunder, torn down for the plunder, remembered in dreams. There goes the mountain, greeter of sunrise, giant by starlight, the highest and best. The roar of the engine, the first in its lifetime, will take what men value and spit out the rest. There goes the mountain, the avalanche maker, heaven's caretaker, breeder of streams. There goes the mountain, maker of thunder, torn down for the plunder, remembered in dreams. Lord of the highlands, home for the eagle, catcher of snowfall for millions of years, bleeding in mudslides, robbed of its insides, prey to the skills of the cruel engineer. There goes the mountain, the avalanche maker, heaven's caretaker, breeder of streams. There goes the mountain, maker of thunder, torn down for the plunder, remembered in dreams. Remembered remembered in dreams. Thank you very much. Well, here's another Ireland song. I love John's song very much. I've been traveling in Ireland now for many, many, many years, and I love it there so much. And did a tour a couple years ago, and when I came home, I guess I brought this song with me. I met you on the beach in June, the bonfire burning bright. Friend of friends I'd known for years, another summer night. You made room beside you there, your toes dug in the sand. That distant summer when I found you, and you found Ireland. The fire died, I drove you home sometime around 3 or 4. We sat outside and talked another hour or more. When you got up to go inside, I had our summer planned. That's when you said that you were leaving that night for Ireland. I hung around the beach that week, but nothing felt the same. And trying to get started was another losing game. And why I felt so out of things, I could not understand. I only knew that you were gone, you were in Ireland. I sold my car in Providence to buy a round-trip fare, and off I flew to Ireland in hopes I'd find you there. They knew you in O'Donoghue's where you'd sung with the band. That distant summer when I found you, and you found Ireland. They said you'd gone to Galway, then you'd hitched to Donegal. McGrory's up in Calduff was where you could hear it all. Arlo was on the stage when I slipped in and took your hand. That distant summer when I found you, and we found Ireland. I fell in love with Ireland, I fell in love with you. And when you said the same, well, what else could I do? Now all these years of loving you is obeying some sweet command. It's summer now, and once again we'll both find Ireland. It's summer now, once again we'll both find Ireland. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I sang that song back in February out in Arizona, and afterward a woman came up to me in the lobby shaking her finger saying, that Ireland song, if you hadn't let them get back together, I was gonna, and I thought, whew. Thank God I made the decision I made, right? Well, songwriting can be a frustrating process. It takes, as this expression goes, a lot of frogs. You have to kiss a lot of frogs to find a prince or a princess. And now and then, however, you get gifted. And one day, I was struggling in the notebook writing Bilgewater after Bilgewater, and then it was almost as if this little guy appeared on the page and said to me, here's my story, tell it and sing it. And so long as these voices don't ask me to do something like knock off a 7-Eleven, I try to do what they would have me do. So I told his story. I see this guy actually quite clearly. I see him as about, 5'5", 5'6", 155 pounds, say, wearing green corduroy trousers with cuffs, hush puppies, turtleneck maybe, beret for sure. So I don't know his name or anything, but I know him and I like him a lot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Most of my evenings I spend on my own, listening to Spanish guitars. Next year I say Barcelona for me, and late nights in dark Spanish bars. Sipping my whiskey, then having one more, smoking my black cigarettes. Asking Dolores to come home with me, knowing I'll have no regrets. And if it's not true, what harm can it do? I know what I know. I go where I go. Let's sing it together now. And if it's not true, what harm can it do? What harm can it do? I know what I know. I know what I know. I go where I go. Sometimes on Sundays I stroll through the park, down by the carousel, hearing the children ride round in delight to a tune by my old friend Ravel. One that he sang for me one rainy night as I walked with him down by the Seine. How I love Paris, the music, the fun. I go there again and again. And if it's not true, what harm can it do? I know what I know. I go where I go. Let's sing it now. And if it's not true, what harm can it do? I know what I know. I go where I go. Ah, the Impressionists up at the Met, I visit whenever I can. His Bonjour de Vincent, Bravo to Henri, but the one that I love is Cézanne. And over his shoulder I silently watch as a small canvas bursts into flame. We stop at the inn on the way back to town, where the old men drink wine with their games. And if it's not true, what harm can it do? I know what I know. I go where I go. And if it's not true, what harm can it do? I know what I know. I go where I go. Thank you. Where's Larry? You know what I'd like to say is God bless Pete Seeger. I'm serious. If it were not for Pete Seeger, I doubt if I would be here tonight. I never would have known to do this. If that man had not gone across the country a jillion times in the 50s and 60s singing in summer camps and college campuses and union halls and wherever they'd let him sing, I don't think my generation would have caught fire the way it did and sung this music. So I bless the man. I still remember how excited I was and nervous when I went up to Pete in 1963 and said, Pete, could I sing a song for you that I just wrote? And being Pete, of course, he said, sure, let's hear it, he said. So I sang it for him, and my God, 2 weeks later, he sang it in Carnegie Hall with the Weavers on a recording. Was I excited? I didn't know whether to buy a new dog or vote Republican. Help us sing it. He was a man and a friend always, stuck with me in hard old days. Never cared if we had no dough. Rambled around in the rain and snow. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your ramblings bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. In Tulsa town, we chanced to stray. Thought we'd try to work one day. Boss said he had room for one. Said my old pal, then we'd rather hum. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Late one night in a hobo camp, the weather it was cold and damp. He got the chills and they got 'em back. They took the only friend I had. And here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your ramblings bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. He left me here to ramble on. My rambling pal is dead and gone. If when we die we go somewhere, I'll bet you $1 he's rambling there. And here's to you, my rambling boy. while your rambling bring you joy. Thank you.
Mr. Tom Paxton.
Thanks, everybody.
One of America's greatest songwriters, Tom Paxton. His latest CD is Comedians and Angels. Our thanks to Tom Paxton. Our thanks to John Vezner and Jeff Gilkinson. Our thanks to Lori McKenna. Our thanks to Andrew Walesch and Jonathan Brown and Matraca Berg and Jeff Hanna and Drew Kennedy. And our thanks to all of you folks here in this big tent on the banks of Lake Superior. It's going to be hard to leave here. Our thanks, of course, to North House Folk School who brought us up here. And special thanks to you listening there on the radio, because without you, there would be no Mountain Stage, and we never forget that. Hope you'll tune in next time for our 800th Mountain Stage show featuring Ani DeFranco, Dave Mason, Dawes, and Red Barat.
The internet is way over my head. I don't understand it at all. Somebody found this on the internet, though, and sent it to me. Shall I sing it for you?
Please do.
Well, I met this young girl at a folk club, like you do, like you do. So I bought her a drink and we chatted. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? And then after the show, she invited me home. And she said we were two of a kind. Then she played me every record that Tom Paxton ever made. And you know that was the last thing on my mind.
Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Associate producers Jeff Shirley. Assistant producers Vasily Skouras. Production managers Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Francis Fisher, Richie Collins, Jim Raines, and Patrick Stevens. With production assistants from Michael Lipton, Ryan Fletcher, Joey Ansel, and Lance Schrader. Photographic services are provided by Brian Blauser. Promotions coordinated by Michael Lipton, Adam Harris, Josh Saul, and Music and Motion Promotions. Lodgings provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. Why don't you go out and hear some live music wherever you are, just as soon as you can. You've been listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Once again, Mr. Tom Paxton.
It's a lesson too late for the learned. Made of sad, made of sad. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with the word of farewell? Will there be left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind.
Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser. Mountain Stage is a production of West Virginia Public Radio. This is NPR.